Samsung is about to release the Galaxy S25 series earlier than we expected, and trust me, the rumors are coming in hot. So, what exactly are we getting with these new devices? Let's break it down. First things first, Samsung's clearly putting a lot of emphasis on AI and software this year. The big news is the new One UI 7, which will run on Android 15. Samsung teased this update back in October, saying that it's going to make Galaxy phones easier to use and give the home screen a major glow-up. The beta should drop by the end of this year, and we're expecting the full version to launch alongside the S25 series in January 2025. So, what can we expect from this new software? Smoother animation, snappier transitions, and an overall simplified experience. They're aiming to make everything feel faster and more intuitive, which sounds pretty awesome. But here's the best part. This new software won't be exclusive to the S25 series. That's right, older Galaxy phones will get this update too, which means more people will get to enjoy the new features, even if they're not picking up the latest flagship. As usual, Samsung is sticking with the three-model strategy. Galaxy S25, the compact, smaller option, Galaxy S25 Plus, mid-size with a bigger screen, and Galaxy S25 Ultra, the powerhouse, with all the bells and whistles. The Ultra model is getting the most attention this year, and that's where most of the design tweaks will be. Gone are the sharp, angular corners of last year's models. This year, the design is getting a smoother, more rounded look, which will give the phones a more premium feel. The sizes are changing slightly too. The S25 bumps up from 6.2 inches to 6.3 inches, not a huge change, but every inch counts. The S25 Plus is sticking with its 6.7-inch screen, which is perfect for those who want a big display without going Ultra. The Ultra grows just a smidge from 6.8 inches to 6.9 inches, making it a tiny bit bigger. In terms of materials, the Ultra will be rocking a premium titanium body, which is a first for Samsung. Meanwhile, the S25 and S25 Plus will stick with a solid aluminum build. It's not groundbreaking, but definitely a nice touch for the Ultra to stand out. Now, here's where things get a little more disappointing. Rumors suggest that Samsung will stick with the same OLED panel as last year, the M13 generation. Meanwhile, the iPhone 16 and Pixel 9 are rocking the newer M14 OLED panels, which offer better efficiency and longer lifespan. Now, before you get too bummed out, this doesn't mean the screen will look bad. It's still going to be an amazing display, but it's just not the cutting-edge upgrade some were hoping for. It would have been nice to see Samsung match the competition and step up the screen game a bit more. But hey, the display will still look fantastic, just not the latest tech. So, what about the price? Right now, the S25's base model is expected to come in at around $800, the S25 Plus will probably hit around $1,000, and the S25 Ultra is going to start at around $1,300. With the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset powering all three models, you can expect the prices to creep up a bit. This chipset is a significant step up, but with that comes a higher cost. One interesting twist here. If you're outside the US, you might see a different chip. Some rumors suggest that the Exynos 2500 could be used in the international versions, which is a Samsung-made chip that's not quite as powerful as the Snapdragon 8 Elite. So, if you're in Europe or the UK, you could end up with a device that's a bit slower compared to US models. Not a huge fan of that potential downgrade, especially since people overseas tend to pay more for their devices to begin with. Now let's talk cameras. Honestly, if you were hoping for a huge overhaul, this might not be the year. The S25 Ultra was rumored to get a larger 1-inch camera sensor for better low-light performance and detail, but that rumor looks like it's falling through. So, expect to see mostly the same main and zoom cameras as last year. The only real upgrade here is the 50-megapixel ultra-wide camera, which could be a big improvement for wide shots. This is similar to what Apple did with the iPhone 16 Pro, so it's definitely a nice touch. But for the S25 and S25 Plus, we're probably looking at the same triple camera setup as last year, nothing too groundbreaking. Battery life is going to be another area where things stay pretty familiar. We're expecting the same battery sizes as last year. While this is faster than iPhones, it's not a major jump from previous Galaxy models. So, if you were hoping for faster charging or bigger batteries, this is one area where you might be a little underwhelmed. So, what's the bottom line? From what we're hearing so far, the Galaxy S25 series looks like it's going to focus more on software upgrades and AF features rather than huge hardware jumps. The new design is nice, the faster chipsets are cool, and the updated One UI should make the experience feel a lot smoother. But if you were expecting huge camera upgrades or massive jumps in battery life, it looks like you might be a little disappointed. But hey, there's still plenty of time for Samsung to surprise us before the expected January 2025 launch. We could see a few last-minute tweaks that really set the S25 apart from the competition. What do you think about these early rumors? Are you excited for the S25, or are you feeling a little underwhelmed by the lack of big changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think.